Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good morning. We are from Group 11, which consists of ATHIRAH, FARHANI, BINTI, JAHORU with metric number S58369, NURUL, NAJWA, BINTI, KHAIRUN, ANUAR with metric number S60047, and SYAZWANA, BINTI, MOKHTAR with metric number S59115. Today we would like to present about University Attendance Management System. Okay, the first one is our project description. The face recognition attendance is a system where user face act as a second authentication rather than only use ID and password. The face recognition is biometric security with a better authentication system due to the fact that the face features are different for each person, so every user can be identified differently. Besides that, to provide convenience to everyone, especially students. Firstly, students need to scan the QR code that been generated by the lecturer. Then students need to enter their ID and password. After that, students can verify their face to complete the authentication to allow students to fill the attendance. For lecturer, they can generate QR code, view attendance such as name list, date, student email, time, and IP address. If students sign the attendance more than one time, pop-up message already signed will appear. Besides, if the user face recognition did not match or enter the wrong ID or password, then the automatic verification is error. Then if student not sign the attendance more than 3 times, an automatic email will be sent, while if the student don't sign up more than 6 times, the student name will be terminated from the class, including their details. Next. Okay, next for our objective of the system. The first one is to make an attendance system for university user and convenient to access. The second one is to eliminate duplicate data entry and error in time and attendance entries. The third one is to implement the face recognition based attendance system by ensure that users are registered to the face recognition authentication and applicable to use the face recognition authentication as main purpose thing before sign the attendance. And the last one is to view all student attendance details. Then I will pass to NURUL, NAJWA.
Scope of the system. The project scope is the system one on which the software installed. For example, the project is developed as a laptop or phone Android application that will work to specific university. Besides, to make the face recognition based attendance system function accurately and maintainable. However, the project can be modified in the future to run online. Next, problem statement. The current attendance system has difficult registering attendance and tracking students who are absent from class more than 3 or 6 times. There are some issues that exist prior to the introduction of the attendant, such as the authentication of students. Since students' information is manually entered, there is a possibility that student can sign for another student. 3, there are another issue that students did not realize that they did not sign the attendance. Next, I will pass to ATHIRAH FARHANI.
Next, we proceed with problem solution. The first one is creating face recognition based authentication as the second medium for verification to access attendance. Secondly, attendance system will automatically calculate the attendance after sign-in. And lastly, an automatic email will be sent to the student if they did not sign in the attendance 3 times. Next. Next, we proceed with the functional requirement for active student. The first one is login. The system shall provide users with the ability to log in using registered ID and password. Next is view timetable. The system shall provide student with the ability to view timetable, and last but not least, sign attendance. If the student choose to sign attendance, the system shall provide student with the ability to scan QR code, enter password, ID, face recognition, and view record details. Next. SYAZWANA.
Okay, then we move to the functional requirement for a lecturer. The first one is login. The system shall provide lecturer with the ability to log in using registered ID and password. The second one is generate QR code. The system shall provide lecturer with the ability to generate QR code. And the third one is view attendance detail, which if the lecturer choose to view attendance detail, the system shall provide the lecturer with the ability to view name list, view date, view student email, view time, IP address, and view student profile, and include search student. Next.
Next, the function requirement for admin. Login. The system shall provide user with ability to log in using registered ID and password. Second, count absent. The system shall provide admin to ability to terminate student and send warning email. Register student. The system shall provide admin with the ability to register user. Update system. The system shall provide to admin with the ability to update the system. View class attendance. The system shall provide admin with the ability to view a class attendance.
Next, we move to the non-functional requirement. The first one is the system shall allow many users to process the system at a time. Secondly, the system shall allow users using registered ID, password, and face recognition. The thirdly is the system will automatically close during maintenance time, which is at midnight. Fourthly, the system will automatically log out after 15 minutes without any activity. And last but not least, the response time in the system will take about 45 seconds with the stable internet connections. Next. Next, we're moving forward to see the use case. As you can see, the admin will have login, log out, update system, count absent, register user, and view class attendance. While student log in, log out, sign attendance, view timetable. And lastly, lecturer generate QR code, log in, and generate QR code, view attendance detail, log in, and log out. Next.
Class diagram. This is our class diagram. We have login, student, lecturer, admin, and update, register student, absent, terminate, and warning email, and QR code, attendance, face recognition, record details, student profile, attendance details, share student, and lastly, a timetable.
Next, we're moving forward to interface for students. Firstly, the student need to choose the student button. After that, next, login interface will be appear, which is the student required to enter the registered ID and password to log in. Next. After that, the scan QR code interface will be appear, and the student need to scan QR code that were given by the lecturer. Next, verification interface is for students to log in again using the same registered ID and password as verification. Next. Face recognition interface is for face recognition and message display as shown in the slide. If the students are in for the second time. Next. Okay. Attendance status record detail interface is about record detail when students sign in more than one time. Next. This is face recognition interface for face recognition and display and message display as shown in the slide if the student sign in for the first time. Pop-up message attendance successfully recorded will be appear. Next. And attendance status record detail with interface is for record detail when students successfully sign in for attendance.
Okay,
That's all
then we
for
move
students.
to interface for lecturer. Next. Okay, first, lecturer need to enter class name and enter their subject code that they're teaching and click next. Okay, then lecturer can generate QR code by click the generate QR code button. Okay, after the QR code being successfully generated, the QR code will be displayed like this and lecturer can choose whether to download or not. Then they can click next. Then lecturer also can choose whether they want to view attendance detail or not by clicking the view attendance detail. If the lecturer chooses to view attendance details, all the student name list will be appear like this. Then if the lecturer want to search a certain student, they can search the student name at the search bar, and lecturer also can choose whether they want to view the student profile or not. If the lecturer choose to view the student profile will be displayed and their details such as name, student ID, faculty, course, and semester will be displayed. Next.
Interface for admin. First, the main interface for admin has 3 buttons: register student, check attendance, and update. If the user click the register user, admin can choose to register student or lecturer and fill the name, username, password, and confirm password, and click the register button. If the user want to register the student, the register successfully register will appear. This is view student list, and if the admin want to view each of student, the admin can choose can click the view button. And the information of the student will appear, and the admin can choose to send the email or terminate the student. If the admin choose to send the email, the system will successfully send the warning email. If the admin choose to terminate the student, the system will successfully terminate the student. If the admin choose to update the system will update and successfully update will appear. Okay, thanks.
That's all from group 11. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.